The Android tablets were long gone and were on the edge of getting phased out, namely because of two things. First, how badly optimized the apps are for Android tablets. And secondly, they are so underpowered and in comparison to even the cheapest iPad, well, they have a really short life. But thanks to the pandemic and lockdowns, well, we are all stuck inside our homes with nothing but gadgets, as even classes and meetings are virtual now, and this is the new normal. And because of all this, Android tablets got a new life, even though most of them still suck anyways. I thought to review this Samsung Tab A7 as I was impressed with the budget price it has, and it's been a few weeks with this one. So let's get into a quick unboxing as well as a review of this Samsung Tab A7 2020. Starting off with the short unboxing, well, we have a tablet at first, and the color I have here is silver one. Though you can choose between 3 color options, and since the black color is way too common, I went ahead with this one. Let's keep the tab aside, and after that we have this low charger. But the tab does support up to 15 watts of fast charging, which might not be the fastest you hear these days, but it is what it is. After that we have this USB type A to C cable and some paperwork, and a SIM ejector tool as well. And that's it, nothing else apart from this in the box. Now coming back to the tab, so first of all we have this huge 10.4 inch Full HD LCD panel, and that has a resolution of 1200 by 2000 pixel and a pixel density of 224 ppi. So the screen to body ratio is really good for a budget tablet, and the bezels are quite thin. Plus they provide a good comfort in holding the tablet in landscape mode, and there is no problem of accidental touches whatsoever. The weight here is just shy of 500 grams for the Wi-Fi only model, and it is quite heavy thanks to that huge 7000 mAh battery on this one. The back here is metallic with some plastic construction here and there, and we have a single 8 megapixel camera on the top left, and on the front we have a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Rest we get some really good things like a headphone jack. I mean, who wouldn't love it, even now. And apart from that, we have this quad speaker setup, which might be the best in any budget tablet at this price point. In fact, I hardly use it at 100% volume. Yes, it's that loud, and you cannot block the entire sound while holding it, which is a good thing. Lastly, we have this USB Type-C port on the bottom, and that should be the standard now, as I see some tabs with micro USB still in 2021. Now powering it on, and this tablet is powered by a Snapdragon 662 octa-core processor with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage, along with an SD card support. You also get Bluetooth 5 support along with dual band Wi-Fi. So we are all in now, and coming to the software first, we get this UI 2.5 core built on top of Android 10, and since it has core version of One UI, there are less features as compared to the standard One UI 2.5. Though this tablet will get Android 11 update really soon. Anyways, we don't get any extra bloatware as such, and there are no ads or crap in here, which I like of course. And to be honest, I did not expect this tablet to have a smooth experience. I mean, I know this has an old SoC, but the way it is optimized in here really makes the experience awesome for a budget tablet. And you can do most of the casual tasks easily on this one, as it is meant for that only. Though you can always push its limits, and I even tried web development on this machine, and surprisingly, it wasn't bad at all. You can connect a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard at the same time and pair it with a case like this one to have a laptop kind of experience, as this one has no S Pen support or anything, and that is expected at this price. The display quality is also quite good, and though it is not an AMOLED display, it is definitely not the sharpest out there, but it is a great looking LCD panel and gets ample bright for an indoor environment. Though it might not be that visible outdoors, but I am definitely satisfied with this display. And to make that experience with media consumption even better, those 4 speakers just push the experience to the next level. Talking about that One UI, well, it might not be the closest to stock Android, but it offers plenty of features. From split screen to pop-up windows, and it even has a Dolby Atmos support, which makes it a wholesome experience nonetheless. And in fact, it will get 4 years of security patches as announced by Samsung earlier this week. Plus, you even get this fast face unlock to prevent that lazy body of yours from putting in any extra efforts in unlocking the device, as the smart cover does most of it for you. So yeah, it won't disappoint in that part either, though I wish it did had 4GB of RAM at least, as it is a big device and has the ability to multitask, and in general it would have made this tablet even better in case you manage to push it to its boundaries. And that is why you can play some casual games on this one, but nothing graphic intensive, and the experience was quite good overall. Coming to the battery life in here, and it shines in this department as well. It gives easily 7 to 8 hours of screen on time depending upon what you do, of course. It might give even more in case you stream a lot of videos. So that is great, and you will be satisfied in that part as well. The cameras on this one aren't there for taking great shots, but for occasional notes and stuff. And video calls too, which is the max I was expecting given they have such low resolution. But we do have some modes in it, and both of the cameras support videos at 1080p 30fps max. So that's all in the camera part. Also, this tablet has Wideband L1 support, so that means you can watch content on Netflix and other apps in Full HD, which is generally missing on cheaper tablets. Now to sum it all up, is it a great budget Android tablet? Well, if I were to ask for more things on a budget, I would ask for an extra gigabyte of RAM and a slightly better processor. And maybe the next version will have it, who knows. But for what it's worth, this Tab A7 is surprisingly a great tablet for the price of around 15,000. And it's great for your child's learning or your Zoom calls or as your binge watching partner. And I even feel that you should prefer this one instead of the Tab S6 Lite, as it performs quite similar and lacks only the S Pen functionality, which is a bit gimmicky on the Tab S6 Lite, as you don't get any extra tips for the pen anywhere, and once it's gone, well, there is nothing you can do, as a replacement S Pen will be really costly. And that's why I would say that it is one of the best Android tablets in this price, hands down, as it passes that value for money tech in most aspects. So that's it for now. Do press that like button if you loved it, subscribe to the channel if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.